Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday to you. Hopefully, you're having a great weekend. I'm excited to see what messages come through today, as always. So, let's get the desktop all set up and we'll get into things and see what's happening. We have a great energy today. Excuse me. It's choking me up. We've got Saturn in conjunct, which means it's in the same around the same energies, in the same sign at least, and Uranus in Taurus. So, some great opportunities for some wonderful things to happen. It's kind of at its height, like today, and really the 18th through the 26th, and it'll be around us and while we're in Taurus season two until around May 19th, May 20th. But great opportunities for growth and sudden, Uranus is the planet of sudden things coming in. And Jupiter is the great benefactor who gives us things, and it's usually uh, you know good stuff. So get some great energy happening. So definitely um, look into that, using it for the best for your life right now. The more we focus on things, then the more we draw it to us. So if we focus on higher vibrational things, Jupiter will bring things to us suddenly and unexpected. One of the things that it mentioned the last time, it was back in like 1941, and it was during World War II, right? Yeah, with Hitler and Winston Churchill, and Hitler sent one of his, I think it was one of his generals, but they landed in a cow field in Britain and went to communicate with Winston Churchill. And Hitler was trying to have like a pact, a peace treaty with England and Great Britain to, if you join with us, we'll have a peace treaty if you'll join me in warring against Russia. So, and then the last time before that, when it was in Taurus, it was actually Russia and China were making a deal about land, which was beneficial for everyone because it helped trade routes and everything. But Winston Churchill instead chose to go to a play instead of thinking about accepting the peace treaty. Otherwise, the war might have changed very differently had they joined together with Germany, right? Um, but they chose not to. So it's that kind of surprise out of nowhere where some things happen. So some pretty cool energy coming in there. So yeah. Hey everybody. Hello. Hey Nelia. Yeah, I am in mountain time. I'm in Colorado Springs, Colorado. So I am in mountain time. Where are you? So I love it. All right. So let's bring in some love energy and we'll get going here. You like the blue and the black? These are my signature colors, as you will see in a lot of my YouTube bruddaZEN. It's the black and the teal aqua kind of color. So thank you. You're so nice, Shay Shay. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to take a big deep breath. Okay. Well, first of all, everyone, you can join me in sending love out to the world, because when one person sends it out, we balance out like a million people that are having lower vibrational energy. And if we join together, it multiplies. It doesn't just stack on top, it multiplies it. So we can make a significant difference in the energy of the world right now. And whether you're watching on replay or live, you can, join, because we're outside of space and time with this love energy. So we can go back in time in the future and everything else too. So I love it. All right. So let's take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now, letting all of the outside world drift away for a moment. Beautiful. And as I hit the singing bowl, we let the love from above flow down into us, fill us up, and flow out to the world. I'll hit it about 3 times. All right, here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. We'll continue to let it finish out its song back here. So, good to see you guys. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Let's see what else. I'm kind of out of pocket today. I just feel some weird energy today. Just fun energy, It just dream, dream, dream. A lot of dreams. Well, we got a Scorpio full moon coming up on Tuesday, so I'm a water moon, so Scorpio water moon. I've been dreaming like wild craziness. I don't know if you guys are having that too. um, and it's a nice cloudy day. We had snow overnight, a little bit here and there. Nothing sticking to the ground, but it's like one of those cloudy, nappy kind of days. So fun, fun. So before we jump in, speaking of Scorpio full moon, we did have a pick a card that came out here. Hey, Nelia. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, there's so much, dreams happening. I feel like we got eclipse energy on top of Pluto going into Aquarius, and we've got, Mercury in retrograde and Saturn's going into it's in its pre-shadow, and we got this, you know, some really interesting energies. So very understandable. So that is the Scorpio full moon pick a card that we ask, what hidden secret about your shared resources does the moon whisper to you? And also, it talks a little bit about the 411 on the post shadow of Mercury going direct on the 25th next week, and what the post shadow brings for us. And if you want to catch up on my podcast, From Chaos to Cozy, we have a new one coming out tomorrow on Sunday. This one was The Power of No, which I talked a little bit about an experience I had where I learned my power of no in a pretty fun, extreme way. It's all about the shawarma. And then speaking of retrogrades and eclipse energy, I have a couple videos for that. And, we've got this is the retrogrades that we zero in on the Mercury and Saturn retrogrades in there. So it talks about those energies. You remember the shawarma? I do too. I feel like if I try some, I'll choke on it. No, I'm not bitter about it anymore. And this is the eclipse guide that talks about the eclipse energy. It does impact us 4 to 6 weeks before and after. So we got a lot of that going on still too. And of course, yesterday we moved into Taurus season. So happy birthday, all you Taurus sun babies. There's a pick a card for everyone for the Taurus season. And then also a special birthday bonus reading, a 3-month forecast for Taurus sun babies. So if you have a someone that's a Taurus, send it to them and wish them a happy birthday from you and your bruddaZEN. And you can check those out. And then lastly, on Monday, I also rolled out the monthlies for May, which I know I put a lot of stuff out, but it's because of all of your support. I'm able to do this for my full time, make a living, and my beautiful host who lets me live here for free makes it so affordable. So I just love doing what I do, and so maybe we'll offer a lot of free content. So check it all out; it's all free. All right, I think that's enough for now. So we will move those out of the way, and we will get into it. You live at your mom's for free. Hey, that is the way to do it, right? That's like stay in school as long as you can, live at home as long as you can. We all want to get out there and, get out into the world and, you know, be on our own. And then we realize, how good we had it, when we were, younger. So enjoy it while you can. All right. Well, if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome, welcome. We got a great group of people, huge hearts, as you can tell, and great senses of humor too. So welcome. How the free readings work, we do go down in order first come, first serve, first read. Um, and all you have to do is put your question out in the chat. The chat is the list, there's no special list. And then you just go down in order. If anyone makes a donation, that's how I make my living. I do honor that energy exchange. And so I step outside of the free readings and prioritize those. I do pull more cards for those too, so we get a little more into them. And then once I'm done, I return back to the free readings and continue moving my way down the list. I don't look for any specific dollar amount for donations because I know everyone's finances vary from day to day, person to person, country to country. And how to make a donation, you can use the super chat, or in the description box of the video, I have my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. So whatever options work best for you. All right. No, love 1, 2, 3, 4. I haven't started yet. I'm just about to begin. so so simmer down. My gosh, I'm just kidding. You never know with me. I know, I know. But let's get into it. I am gonna use today again. I love this new deck, Animal Guides Tarot with Radley Valentine, and we've got this beautiful animal energy here. I know, I know. I'm a little sassy today. It's just I don't know. It's a combination of a lot of energy. I think it just feel extra happy today. We're just gonna go with it. All right. So we'll take a look here. All right. So we do have some donations. So we will start there. Let me just scroll up here. All right. Excuse me as I clear my throat. So sorry. Um, so I have a couple donations, PayPal and in the main. And so I have first here, we will go with Johanna Urison. You'll be up first. And then Shay Shay, you are next. And then Love 1, 2, 3, 4, you're after that. And then Brenda, and then Supernova, boom, boom, boom. And then Nelia, and then Nova again, boom, and then Infinity, and then back to Nova, and then back to an Infinity. We're like playing Wimbledon tennis. So that's kind of how it's going to go for right now. So let's get into it. So, Johanna, thank you so much for your donation. Give that a love and a like, and a shout out to my YouTube channel members. We've got several in here. So Johanna is one, Kritika Malhotra, and Daisy. Hello, hello. Needy Sarvaya, Happy Pill. And I think that's it. Yeah. So welcome, welcome. Thank you guys so much. Some of them are the free winners, which YouTube gives away 10 Zen Cricket memberships. And I give them away the first Saturday after the first of the month. So some of you are the happy winners of those. So I'm assuming you're happy. I'm happy that you guys were winners. So let's get into it here. I think I'm gonna need to focus today. I'm going all over the place, ain't I? So come back. All right. So Johanna, let's take a look here. And your question is scroll. So you want to know, what does Spirit have for you today? All right, let's take a look here. Let's try that one more time here. Bring in some energies. So what does Spirit want you to know today? All right. I did one to those two and that one too. That one's first. Oh, okay. Those two and those two. All right. So the bottom of the deck, we've got the Devil card with the Siamese cat. I love Siamese. I don't know if this is going to be one of those days where it does. Oh, there. What kind of wanted to? There it goes. So there is this energy of, working out some long held beliefs. But the thing is, it's more so that you're not experiencing it yourself as you're seeing other people. You're seeing people work through things, which is like a subtle nudge of looking at something inside of you. So it's not like something like, oh, it's like right here. It's out here, and maybe even in your dreams. They're doing a kind of just this peripheral distance, not like you know, like a Saturn return where it's like, oh my God, they're shaking and rattling. It's more of seeing something in the distance, recognizing it within you, and you're just kind of it's bubbling a little bit to the top to look at that, right? It's 11:11 here. Happy 11:11, everyone. So that's what's happening here. You got the Two of Wands coming in here too with the Pelican. And this is more about, realizing what people are focusing on, they draw to themselves. And it's kind of like just a subtle reminder. And that's what I see with this is a very subtlety is the theme of it all. And that's what you're picking up and you're witnessing is like, yeah, I see how that person's always, happy and positive and looking at the brighter things, and they get a lot of things that seem to come to them easily. And this person over here that just, all they do is focus on what's wrong and they're like, "Why am I walking under a black cloud?" Well, it's almost like they draw the black cloud to them because they're always focusing on that lower vibrational energy. So I feel like you're really, seeing this in the outside world going on here. Your brother. Oh, brother. Yeah. And you have the 6 of fire, the 6 of wands, and the 4 of pentacles. And so you see here, this is the victory and the solid individual coming in here. Someone who just seems to get rewarded and has a very solid foundation in the outside world. Yeah. Excuse me. And the 5 of swords and the 8 of earth, that would be the person that's battling here, like those dogs are have this inner conflict that's going on. But the 8 of pentacles is good, regardless, both end up one with a solid foundation with the 4 of earth, but the other one ends up with the 8 of earth, the 8 of pentacles, which means that they're doing the work, they're they're just learning the hard way. I feel like with that 8 of pentacles, and it's like, it's okay, you know? I feel like the whoever the person is that you experience from a distance that's joyful and everything, I just feel like they learned that and they have a lot of maybe they have a lot of fire in their chart where they have a natural, instinct or natural tendency to focus on, like a little child who looks at the world with such possibilities and greatness. Not that they're, simple or anything, they're very intelligent. They have it all, they understand it all, but they just know that, yeah, why sweat the small stuff? Let's look at that and look at the bright side. And they just have from an early age experienced it and maybe been around it too, where it's just a natural tendency for them. I think both astrologically and environment growing up, where it's a no brainer for them to do that. Where a lot of us learn the hard way, and I feel like that's if that's your brother who's learning the hard way, just know that they're learning and that things will start to click. The 8 of Pentacles is like 8 wheels turning, and it's like a clock starting, right? Yeah, but so if you haven't seen them yet, then you will see them, and, be able to, um you'll experience that and go, "Ah." Maybe they come into your dream. Yeah, yeah, so you can just go with that. So I like this. I feel that's a good message for them to go. It's for you, as a not as like in a direct mirror where you're like this, but just as a faraway mirror where you catch glimpses of that and you're like, okay, where in my life am I not, am I focusing on the negative? Maybe around your brother, right? You're like, oh, oh. I have these lower vibrational thoughts around my brother, and he is reflecting that back to me. But, it's like we just are aware of that, and then just when it comes up, It's like a subtle thing that comes in. So I feel like that's what they want you to know right now is just to be aware of those subtleties. And if you're remembering your dreams, just try to think of, okay, what is this dream telling me about energy and focus? And maybe it's in your dreams that you come across like a well, who seems like a Pollyanna, type of individual. And yeah, it could be. But pay attention to your dreams too. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So thank you again for your donation. And I like that. It's a very subtle message, but which we like those. We need a break from the, intense inner reflection. We can sit back and just learn from watching other people. And I feel like that's what they're telling you you're in at this point. So I like it. I like it. I like it. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. And then we've got the two PayPal that we'll go to next, and then we'll come back to Brenda. All right. So, Shay Shay, you are up. Thank you so much for your donation. I hope you're doing well. And let's scroll down here to the bottom so I can see your guys' comments. And let's see what we got going on here. A friend said Ren. It's almost like a little thing. Yeah. So they're being the wonderful mirrors, letting you see the doubts that you have. Oh no, maybe he was just being polite. Really, him just being polite? I don't feel like that's him, right? But let's find out here. We'll ask Spirit. They know all, right? So why did he reply originally? And then, so how did he feel seeing the message was from you? You're scared. What are you afraid of? What are we afraid of, right? What are we afraid of with these human, interactions? All right. So let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. Yeah. So we got the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Earth. So joy, celebration. That's why he replied. He, had this joy. The 3 of Earth too. There's this it's a pity message. Not with these 2 cards, because I like this 3 of Pentacles because that tells me he is true to his authentic self. I don't feel like he's the type of person that would do a pity reply or just to be polite. I feel like, I feel like they are this, you know, here I am, you like me or not, kind of person, right? I don't feel like they're someone that blows smoke or schmoozes or whatever. I just feel like they're very matter of fact, it feels like, right? So, I have that, there. And we've even got the um, you know, Knight of Water, the Knight of Cups. Here's the Frog Prince. Kiss me. But it was romantic, flirtatious. So, they replied because they wanted to and they were moved emotionally. I feel like joy and happiness. You have that type of energy that just, sparks and it's not like it's a weight that you spark and make things lighter, you don't bring things heavier. And that's what they need in their life right now. I think everything we talked about going on before. And how he felt seeing you here, we've got the yeah, we got the 7 of Wands, which, is about, being seen and shining bright. And I feel like when they saw that it was you, again, there's this brightness that came with it all, and he felt, you know, seen, which is really cool, but he's in this high priestess, kind of energy where they're really inward and upward and they're kind of in their high priestess temple, locked, getting out of their cage with the 8 of Swords. So we talked about this is where they're at, right? They're realizing their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and, really focusing in on these things that make them feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted and, going through all that stuff. And that high priestess, it's like knocking on what does the high priestess have? They have a temple, right? Knocking on the temple door, going, "Can I speak to the high priestess?" And they're like, a little note slides under the door. High priestess is in meditation right now. They'll get back to you later. So they're showing me in my head. Your guides are always so funny. So it's like, oh, okay. So you understand, okay, this is what they're doing. So, I'll wait for their reply, and it's best that it happens that way too. It's like, you don't ever wanna wake, a sleepwalking person. Your guides, I swear. It's like, don't wake a sleepwalking person, let them awake on their own. Otherwise, they're dangerous when you wake them up, right? Because they're in the middle of a dream and they think you're the monster chasing after them, and so just let them go, let them wake up on their own, and if it's a little while, just trust the process, trust that's flowing, and uh, when things are moving slow and when we don't get responses right away and different things, it's always for us because it makes us face our fears. Like you said, I'm scared. And it's like, okay, well, what does it mean if they never reply? Nothing about me. Right. And this is about what they're going through. It's not about that we're not good enough or blah, blah, blah. And we trust that if someone doesn't reply or someone leaves our life or something leaves our life, that it's for us, right, in the long run. But in the meantime, while we're in the waiting period before we decide to move on ourselves or until they reply or they tell us to what we could do with our messages or whatever, we turn inward and upward because that gives us an opportunity to raise our love vibration as well. So I know, aren't we all, right? It's funny that, with spirit, our soul and everyone, I mean, our higher beings, they are so in tune with how eternal we are, and they're like, we've got like endless time, endless lifetimes, all these experiences we're having all over this universe and the other universes and other dimensions and other realms that we're all doing at the same time. But this human one is the only one that we're veiled from all the other experiences that are going on, because this is one of the lifetimes that we want to experience what it feels like to be, what it might feel like to be alone. We're never alone, but we like to pretend. What does it feel like to be? I'm disconnected. It's like being in the Borg hive mind and being disconnected from the collective, if you're a Star Trek fan. So yeah, there was the joy. And you had the celebration and joy card. So yeah, I mean, it just feels it's very, I was saying that they are, they're very patient because they're like, we have all time. It's our ego that's all connected to time-based things. Time is one of our ways we judge our experiences here. And it's like, oh, if someone cares about me, they'll reply before I even send the message. It's almost that way, right? It's like, no, you know, everything has its perfect timing, and our human is less patient, but we don't get to experience impatience on the other side. We can only experience that here. So enjoy the impatience. It's part of our journey, right? Embrace it. Flow through impatience. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, and it's the whole thing with if we don't have some of those thoughts ourselves, if when people say things, if we don't have that thought ourselves, we're just like, ha ha ha. But when someone says something and we have those thoughts that are whispering and bouncing around on the inside, that's why they don't get in your head. They're already in your head. They just make you aware that it's in your head. They don't put it there. Um, it just draws it out, right? It's like I forget what movie it is. Putting a piece of meat in front of your mouth and it draws out the tapeworm. So that's oh, that's funny. So that's what's that's what's going on there. Uh, it was the movie with, a recent movie with Goldie Hawn and Amy Schumer, where Amy Schumer played her daughter, and they were in the like, South America going something's going on, and she got a tapeworm. That's how they drew it out. It's hilarious, hilarious, movie. Anyway, I digress. So that's what they have for you, Shay Shay, so I'm glad it makes you feel better. Alright, so many blessings to you, my dear. Yeah, yeah. Just search like Goldie Hawn and, Amy Schumer, and you'll see that there. So I like it. All right. So many blessings. Thank you again for your donation. And then we're moving on to love. 1, 2, 3, 4. You are up, and thank you so much for your donation. So let's shuffle these cards up here. All right. So, two questions. Oh, look at you. So question one. And of course, medical disclaimer on question number one. you know, um, about medical and anything else, I'm not a medical professional, etc., etc. We know we've talked about it before. Disclaimers in the description box of the video as well. It's tarot is designed for entertainment purposes only. Ultimately, everyone makes their own decisions, right? All right. So number one. So that's kind of a yes or no. We'll pull that. And then number two, new job, May or June. So let's pull a card for May and a card for June. We'll see what comes in here. Put those, whoa, go fly in there. All right. Wow. I had to split these in and even separately, when I put cards back in, I put them all like throughout the deck. I don't put them like back next to each other and then I shuffle the cards. But these were just out here a moment ago. And here they're coming out again, which is Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles. So joy, celebration, and you're good to go with this Three of Earth. It's very solid energy. And it's funny because I don't normally read the little captions in these, but it says your most satisfying and profitable career comes from following your passions. Listen to your heart and do what brings you joy. I think that's literally what we say a lot when you ask about careers. That's funny. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your talents and true self to shine forth out into the world. But I love that. So I feel like the three they're giving you both of these answers both at the same time. Again, we're like, okay, yeah, we know that. And then we'll say here for May and June for that. So yeah, it feels like you're fine with number one. Yeah, right. Yeah. For question number one, the Three of Cups is the first card. So it's like yes. And then there's this, being true to your authentic self and being you. And we'll take a look here. So May and June. So May, you got the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like that is a new job in May. Because June, you have the Seven of Swords, which the Seven of Swords is more a conflicting type of, this would be a no card. The Wheel of Fortune is a yes. So very clear messages here for you. So I do feel like you will get a new job in May based on this current energies and moving forward. And again, they're just reminding you, don't go into a job that's going to wear you out, because they're like, it's all about your dream. It's all about reserving all of your mental and physical and emotional energy for your dream, you know, coming in there. So May seems to be it. I know, right? We're like, I know, I got it already. Well, I'm just saying. Your guides are funny. They're reminding me of like they like to really bring messages home to you, like over and over and over again. There was this. Actually, Brenda, you're up next here. As soon as I finish up with Love 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're right on time. I am. I hope you are too. Um, but I was teaching a small group of people how to read tarot, and there was, there were three that were related, and one of them was not so. They were kind of there, and they're like, "Oh, you'll just do it, as well," um, and they they were like, "Oh my god, I just know I'm gonna get the death card. I'm gonna get the death card." They kept on talking about the death card. So we got into the readings, and every single reading, like, we took turns doing readings for each other, and I did readings for them, and all this, and even the very last, when I was closing it out, I was picking a card from the deck and just throwing one card at each of them for their final message. Even with one card, they got the death card. We laughed hysterically, and it's like spirit has a sense of humor. And of course, death card doesn't mean death. It just means change and transformation and things. So it was funny. And I feel like that's what they're doing to you. They're like, just in case, the job is needs to be simple and you need to focus on your dream. So that's funny. All right. So thank you for your donation. And then I will once the Cash App, uh, we'll end up coming back around for that. We got a few in between that. Okay. All right. So Brenda, you are up. Thank you for your donation and for it's an umbrella by the beach. Very relaxing, right? And so you want to know, will there be communication from Eric towards you today? All right. And let me look at the other questions here. So will there be communication today? All right. And then why hasn't he communicated like he's always done in the past? Okay. And then hopefully he doesn't adapt this behavior. We'll see what this is about this behavior here. Okay. All right. So the underlying energy on the bottom of the deck, we do have the Magician card that comes in here. And this is just a gentle reminder from spirit, that your energy is what draws your experiences into your life. And so, when we were focusing on the higher vibration, gratitude and joy, love, etc., we draw in those experiences. When we're focusing on lower vibrational energies of fear or missing or wanting or hating or whatever, we draw the wanting in, we draw the missing stuff in, we draw the things we hate in, we draw the things we fear in for our experiences, because that's what we're telling the creator, put in the nav system. I want more of this wanting and kind of going in a loop, but not going anywhere. I want more of that. And they're like, okay, it's in the nav system, and that's where it takes us, right? Or it draws the things to us. But when we change like in this case, the example would be, if feel like I'm not getting the communication that I want from them and I'm focusing on what's lacking, guess what? I get more of that lack. But if I begin to focus on the gratitude for what communication I do get, in a sincere way, we can't fake it. Thank you for the communication we get. We're really not thankful for it. Our energy doesn't lie, it draws to us. It's sincerely changing our energy, changing our focus, having gratitude for the communication we get and for everything else we love about them and about life. It just brings in more things to be grateful for. So this is overall just a gentle reminder about whatever we focus on is what we draw, towards us. So That's what's coming in with that. Let me go scroll back up and scroll down. I'm like, I've already forgot what the questions were. So the first one is today. Are you going to get communicated with today? All right. We do have the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Swords. So the Ace of Swords does lean towards new communication coming in because the swords and air suit is about communication. But I feel like what needs to happen first is the Seven of Swords, which would be you looking and seeing what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets steal from you and steal things away from you, right? Which would be that energy that we're talking about. What fear do we have about someone else's actions or communication or lack thereof, right? And what does that mean about me? And what thoughts are in here? What does that what fear is bubbling below the surface at the root of this, right? And then that allows once we release it, then that allows a change of energy. Otherwise, our energy is pushing communication away because we're focusing on that. I'm not getting enough. And they're like, oh, you enjoy not getting enough. Let's push it further away to another day, right? So I like this awareness that comes in with that. And let's find out why the human side, why he hasn't communicated, because there's always a heavenly reason, like for our purpose and our life purpose reason, that is behind the scenes, underneath the surface. And then there's the reason why the human is doing it, even though there's a purpose behind why they're doing it for us. But we can find out why. What's going on with them, right? Yeah, and I feel like this is kind of that same thing that we get where devil card, I think we get it like every time for him. It's he's going through this huge shady shaking and rattling about what does the dream mean? What does the dream come true? And he's just having this big rattling in his life about um, there could be even be things that are falling away and is like if he was like relationship wise, this is what a dream come true is, but there's also job and education and money and social status and body and possessions and all of that, and it's like a lot of that I think has fallen apart and that's what's being shaken. And so his whole definition of what does a full dream come true life look like? Because it's all this stuff I've been taught to believe it's not coming true, and I'm not satisfied with that, right? And so I feel like they're just so consumed with all of this, you know, large amount of things that are hitting their life, and this is what they're focused in on, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's never done that before, but lately he's been doing that, right? And it could be that there's just something that you know has changed in his outside world around job and money and home and all this stuff that he doesn't talk about, right? Because he doesn't want to like complain or feel appear weak, other beliefs that he has, but it could also be that um in the beginning, maybe you didn't have as high expectations, but when you hit a certain point, then the expectations jump on your side, right? Because that's those thoughts inside of us. Because it starts off right. When we meet somebody, we don't have any expectations. This is what they're giving, right? We don't have any expectations when we first meet. We're like, oh, they're so wonderful. Look how wonderful they are. And then we start hanging around. They're a little less wonderful, but still significantly wonderful. And then they say something like, what, do you want to move in together? And you're like, suddenly we have these huge expectations that come with that. Suddenly they're not giving what we wanted them to give, right? Yeah. But I feel like there's this other stuff that's, been going on too. And this is where that distance and communication and because you've asked before the last couple weeks, why isn't he calling me? Why isn't he communicating? Why did he disconnect? And that's the reason for a lot of the disconnect. But we'll see here. I got three more cards and let's see what comes in here. Um, yeah. Yeah, so it seems fine here. We got the 10 of swords. They're working through all of these thoughts and beliefs and expectations. So they are letting these go. They're at the point of trying to let a lot of their fears go. They're also focusing on their self-love, which is good because someone can't give more love than they feel for themselves, nor receive love more than the love they feel for themselves here. Yeah. And they got the strength card. So he's definitely developing this courage and facing things that's coming in here. Yeah, even 10 plus 1 is 11. So there's this progression happening here. And, it's about, you know, trusting the process and focus in on your energies, right? So like when you fear that he'll change into a casual relationship, when we're focusing on that, guess what we're drawing to us? We're requesting that that's what will happen. But when we start focusing on gratitude, 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 thankful for what they do give, thankful that they're on their path and they're facing their fears and they're going through their transformation and they've got things that are happening. It's good. The more we focus on the positives that someone is doing, the more of that they will do. But if we're focusing in on the stuff that's not happening, we expand that. It's our energy, that's our power. So much of what is happening between the two of you is a big mirror for you to realize, okay, let me try this for a day. I'm going to just start being grateful in my mind, my heart, my energy, even physically writing down in a gratitude journal the things I'm grateful for. Write that down every day. And it's changing that habit, right? Because we're taught to focus on what we fear, what's missing, blah, 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 as children, focus on all that. But that draws all that stuff to us. If we were taught as children to be grateful for all these things and truly be grateful, what kind of lives we would have. And most of us are not taught that, and we just pass it on from generation to generation. So with your kids, you can even start a gratitude, start teaching them at their age, right? You can tell them, hey, we're going to start focusing on gratitude and see what were you grateful for today and make it a dinner thing or um, you know, something that you do together every day and make it a habit. And we can teach them to have that habit, and then you can change your habit that you were taught, right? But it will make a big difference, um, because we're so powerful. We draw in what we focus on. So hopefully that helps. I would wait. I wouldn't reach out. I just feel like it's time for them to reach out to you. And when you feel the fear come up, then you can take a moment to question the fear. What do I fear? What if they do change it into a casual situation and such? Then you're like, well, then that's not for me. And I get to choose for me. And that means there's someone else down the road that's even more amazing than I thought they were. We just trust it and know that our life unfolds, right? But that changing that energy really helps. One of the things I probably say it so much. Cell phones are amazing things. You can do a silent vibrating alarm that only notifies you every waking hour to come back to gratitude because we get drawn out into fears, right? But reminders to come back to gratitude, and then we drift back into fear. Reminder, come back to gratitude. We drift out to fear. Reminder, come back to gratitude. So it becomes where we begin to stay in gratitude longer and longer and longer, and it's not such a out of balance where it's like you know um, fears and gratitude. It becomes almost fear and gratitude, and then even gratitude and fear becomes smaller. So hopefully that helps, Brenda. I love it for you. Yeah, if you feel Monday is like, "Okay, this is it. I'm not gonna put up with this," that's up to you, absolutely, you know? But I feel like it's, you know, if you don't face how you're looking at your energy and those fears, it's just gonna be repeated in another relationship because wherever we go, there we are. So even if I'm like, well, I don't like everything they're doing and I have my fears and my energy is pulling this stuff to me. If I keep doing what I've always done, I'm going to get what I've always gotten before, right? There has to be a change of attitude and action for you to have different things in your life, right? So, you just will end up with someone else and that'll repeat it until we see it. Because trust me, I know 5 relationships telling me what I wanted to see about myself until finally I saw it. And I'm like, oh, I see what you were trying to say. Yeah. Right? We wish well, I feel like in a lifetime we were born with a lot of knowledge and we weren't cut off from so much. But it was boring. It was exciting in the beginning, but then knowing what was gonna happen, knowing so much, that was like Lemurian. And then Atlantis, when the next human became a little less aware, still a lot aware, but less aware, and it was exciting, but that also was the reason Atlantis fell because we were so used to being aware of stuff that we didn't know, and we're like, "Oops, what happened?" You know? But then, in this lifetime, we come in so veiled most of our life till we start to wake up, and then the veil can be removed. But we have this experience for, like, the first decades of our life of like, "Oh my gosh, what the hell is going on?" But later in life, if we start connecting to higher vibration, we move to higher vibration too. So I like that. And that's for everyone. So there we go. All right. Yeah, isn't it? Relationships are difficult until we realize that they aren't. That it's our thoughts and our beliefs that are difficult, and then we can transform and we can control that. Difficult is a story. Difficulty is a choice of emotion and thought, and we can make it as difficult as we want or not. Life is so simple. It's just our human makes it complicated because every moment is of unconditional love or fear. And if we change our habit of trying to focus more on unconditional love and a higher vibration, it changes our entire world and things become easier too. So that is what we have for that. So many blessings to you. All right, Brenda, I'm going to move forward. So thank you so much for your donation and yeah, enjoy the journey. There is the A Course in Miracles that says relationships are designed to teach us unconditional love and patience. And it's so true. It's like, ugh. All right, my dear, many blessings to you. All right, Supernova, we are to you for your boom, 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 your 100% and your two poop emoticons. So we'll start with those. And then Nelia, you'll be up after that. And then we'll continue. So, question number one with 100%, you want messages from your angels. All right, let's take a look here. I'd feel like for this one, we want to go to an oracle deck, and we've got this Angels and Auras Oracle. So let's start there for your first question and see what they want you to know here. All right. That evidently is it. Came flying out here. Uh, got angels are watching over you, supported, protected, loved, encouraged. And when we're unaware of this energy and we're in the lower vibrational, the energy, sometimes we feel deserted, alone, neglected, and discouraged. So, card number 14. They say this card is absolute divine confirmation that your angels are with you now. You may have been seeing signs and asking yourself, is this a message from my angels? And it's perfectly normal to question. Even we do the same thing from time to time. However, this card is your validation that the messages you're receiving are angelic in nature. Trust the signs, trust your intuition. Your angels are near you now. I like reading the shadow message too because that's when we feel that lower vibrational energy. And it says the first thing we want you to know when this card is inverted would be that you're never, ever truly alone. You may be so distracted or challenged by life that you aren't seeing the signs from your angels. It can be difficult to stay awake to those messages when life is in upheaval. You haven't been deserted. Your angels will never stop loving and supporting you, even if you can't see it right now. Ask your angels to up the volume of their guidance to you. Turn up the volume, turn up the volume. That's an old song. I think it's pump up the volume, but same thing. The color activation for this, because this is angels and auras, is white and purple. So the color white is a reminder that you are energy first. You're an energetic being. You're always connected to the divine. You're never disconnected. We're just the ones that, they're talking to us and we're like, "What? I can't hear you." Well, you move the phone away from your ear. "Oh, I can hear you now." We're the ones that drift away. They don't. They're still talking on the phone to us, right? And then the color purple helps you feel connected to your divine plan and to know you're truly on the right path. So if you have white, white and purple, if you have a white and purple combination type of shirt, or if you have art, if you do art or anything, do some purple and white combos. That'll help you connect with your angelic energy, and it'll help you really focus on and feel the love. So I like that. No, your cat's on its own, it has 9 lives anyway. Ba bada boom. Um, they have their own, you know they're a soul like you. All animals they're all souls like we are. They're just experiencing life as the lower vibrational being compared to they don't have the human experience. I mean, they have, human experiences too, but as the cat, they have their own spirit guides and everything too. So they have their own angels watching over them. But you have your own that are watching over you. So I like that. Oh, you're so sweet. I'm grateful for you too. Thank you. All right. So that's the number one message what they had for you. They just wanted to you to know all that, which is amazing. I love that. All right. And then you have messages from your higher self. Any oracle for that? Are we going tarot? Oh, okay, we are going oracle. I just want to speak with the stories of the oracle with these, at least the first two here. We have animal apothecary oracle. So let's see here what message your higher self has here for you. All right. Move this phone out of the way. It's getting in the way. All right, here we go. Do you have attract through glow? Little firefly and the beetle being attracted to the sun or something there. Card number 18. The other one was 14, right? Yeah, 14. And now you have 18. You're how old you are currently. So, your higher self wants you to know. Notice how plain and unassuming lightning bug is in the light of the sun, right? So when it's in the sun, oh, that's what that is. That's a lightning bug down here in the sun. So it just seems like normal, right? But when you look and see them in the darkness, it says, "Yet in the darkness he becomes his most magnificent, brilliant self. It is his glow that we all yearn to experience. His glow is magnetic and attracts. His inner light is what lights up other lightning bugs and connects him to what he desires. In receiving lightning bugs medicine, you're being challenged to glow up, glow, not blow up, glow up and attract. Lightning bug uses his glow for many reasons, but one main reason is to connect with other lightning bugs and to attract his mate. So, whether you're in the stages of attracting your beloved or just trying to level up in the world, Lightning Bug's medicine teaches us that we brighten our glow by enhancing others' glow. Our inherent being doesn't just desire, but needs to be loved and heard by others. And this card challenges us to enhance our relationship with others, and in doing so, we live a more fulfilling version of ourselves. When we are seen, heard, and respected by others, we not only feel amazing, but we glow more intensely. How do we improve our relationships with others? Research has shown that when we focus on the positive qualities of others, we begin to experience their positive qualities constantly. This medicine asks you to start a daily journal practice when you just journaled, but do that, but by writing down the aspects you love, capital L, capital O, capital V, capital E in here, what you love and admire in others. You will not only begin to see these glowing qualities in others in abundance, but their glow will enhance your glow. So practice this for at least a week and watch yourself and the people you wrote about glow up. So I like that. So, if you're having challenges with any particular individual, this is all about focusing on the gratitude for what you love in someone, the aspects of someone that you really like, and then that is expanded within you too. So I like that. All right. So that is what they have for that from your higher self. So really positive message, about choosing to glow and focus on the positive things and see how it. They say just try it for a week and you'll see a change in someone because you're changing your energy, which supports and changes the glow of the other person in your life. So I like that. Like your mother. Yeah, we know it was going to come out like your mama. Since you're living with her, you'll get to see it firsthand. All right. So that's what they have for there. And then messages from your spirit guides. Well, they are all about the oracle for you today. We got spirit messages here. So let's take a look here and see what your spirit guides want you to know here. None of those. All right. Let's see what we have here. All right. So this is coming in from your spiritual posse team, and it's called A Father's Love. And it says, A father's love for his son or daughter never dies. The strength gained from such love is often unquantifiable, in that it can be tapped into at any time for whatever reason, whether your father is still here or has passed. A father's love is one of the strongest bonds any of us will ever experience. Yeah. And it is very interesting because my father wasn't around a lot growing up. He was busy creating his businesses and different things like that. And I learned not to. I didn't have like a close relationship with him when I was younger, and even at some point, I think it must have been like 40, late 30s at least. I think And we had started talking every once in a while here and there, and I remember it was in this apartment. I was way up in the 3rd floor. I can still picture it, and it's a big memory burned into my brain because we talked for about an hour, and as we were hanging up, of course, he said that he loved me, and then he said, "And, I don't think I've ever told you that I'm proud of you." And I hung up the phone and I bawled like a little baby. And I'm like, I didn't think I needed that anymore, but it meant something. And it's like a father's love and a mother's love, those are the 2 huge things. But it's funny that we were just talking about mom. Now dad's coming in. So it says a father's love is reaching out to you in support. And with this card coming in, it's signifying your need for strength and support. The love of a father or father figure offers great strength. But even if your father has passed or is not around, his influence, support, and love remains eternal. Just as important, spirit can wrap his or their arms of love around you when you most need it. Even if your father is still here, his love, no matter how many miles you're apart, can be felt. The beauty of a father's love is that no matter what the circumstances, his love is unwavering, compassionate, forgiving, purposeful, and full of energy and strength. Whenever you feel alone or lost, whenever you feel misguided or lacking in confidence, just stop for a moment and let the love of your father or father figure give you the comfort or guidance that you need. Wow. That's pretty powerful. So, father's love. I love that it's zeroing in on the connection there in the middle. Wow, you're getting some big heavy messages today, Nova. What is happening? Yeah. Wow. You were literally thinking about him before. Yeah, yeah. But, um, their higher self we can communicate with, even if the human we don't. And, something that we realize too is that we chose our parents and they chose us before we came down here. We were like, okay, in this lifetime, you're going to be, you know, you're going to be my dad, you're going to be my mom. This is what we're learning, And I know with my dad, with his absence, it, I know I asked for it on purpose for a purpose. And even I talk about it in some of um, my podcast of From Chaos to Cozy, how, realizing why we chose our parents, what the experiences we had when we were younger, how it influences us, but also we can see later why we chose what we did. Because I did want to be, independent and um, experience this separateness so that I would be have a lot of alone time where I began to connect with spirit, younger in my life in different ways. But I spend a lot of time. Very much a hermit, and I feel like my childhood taught me a lot of that to be alone and be okay with it. And I feel like it's made me stronger and made my connection with spirit stronger too. So, it's pretty interesting if you check out, um, some of those episodes that can help with that too. But I love that, just knowing that, and it's funny because with the one of the things they mention in that in your message that you just got, there was one time in my life, and we were very into non-denominational holy roller Christianity, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna write to my dad. He wasn't with us anymore. He moved away and my parents were divorcing and everything. But I wrote to him and so excited about this is my relationship and da 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 and how is yours and da 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 and blah 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 and da da da. And when he replied back to me, he said, "Well, my relationship with God is between them and me, so you can just keep that to yourself." I was like, my heart just dropped. But in that moment, I was holding the letter and there was a trash can next to me, and the creator goes, "Don't worry, I'm your father. You can just dump that, and I just dropped it into the trash can. In that moment, it was like, "Okay, you're my father," you know? And, it's amazing thing, and that's what I feel like it says, when you need a father, they can be that for us too. So, we have that there. So that is what they have for you. No, love 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not gonna get to yours for a while, so enjoy your event. I'll try to timestamp it if I remember. But, yeah, so enjoy. Alright, Nova. So that's what they have for that one. So I love these messages. Wow, they're just so powerful. Um, a lot of different areas. So those are those, and so we'll be to your next question here in a moment, but we're gonna jump to Nelia first. So Nelia, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that some love and a like and celebrate this being your third super on the live stream. So thank you for allowing me to be that. And thank you for your donation. Let's take a look here. You want a general reading on your workplace, and do you see you ever changing workplaces? All right, let's take a look here. So, first of all, what did the spirit want you to know about your current workplace? Okay, boom, boom, boom. And then, will you ever get a new one? All right, and then that one too. All right. I like the energy on the bottom here, especially this cat. This cracks me up. But there's this Persian cat, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Fire. And this is this message of she's talented, brilliant, independent, and charming. And I like the message on the bottom that says, "Don't underestimate your ability to manifest your dreams." Um, I like this. And she's very powerful, the Queen of Wands. Whatever she puts her mind to, she can accomplish and really go after. So I really like that for you. And then we've got this, your cards, the cards that came out, that was on the bottom of the deck, right? You got 3 cards, 2 cards, and then 1 card. So there's this countdown. That in itself is telling us that things are coming down. There's gonna be a change coming up for you in your workplace, so I don't doubt that at all here. And a lot of the timing of it has to do with your energy and what you're investing in it. Let's take a look here at the first cards here. Yeah. So in your current workplace, you've got the 4 of fire, which is, energetic stability. It is about, joy and celebration. So, you can be grateful. Think about the things you're grateful for in your job now. That will help. Um, with the drawing in this new job, this new position, this new kind of, it's more career than a job. Because you've got, along with that here, you've got the Hermit card, and the Nine of Earth, which is Hermit energy, about you feeling alone and kind of detached here. So, with your current job, it does feel like you kind of feel like not a part of things. Like, I don't know if you feel like you belong, and you kind of feel like an outsider, or you just feel kind of um, introverted, where you just don't feel comfortable expressing yourself because of how people act and how you've seen that people gossip, and you're like, I'm not going to share my life. I just feel like there's this kind of energy that's around there with, where you're just not, excited about being a part of this group. It just doesn't feel very welcoming, and so you do kind of stay, inward focused in your current job. But that's why I feel like you're gonna be moving here, yeah, to a new opportunity. Yep. So you have the Page of Earth, which is a new opportunity opening up in the outside world. So this is the part of the question we asked, are you gonna be moving somewhere soon? Well, the 5 of Fire talks about the, struggle and the, um, conflict that's going on inside, right? And I feel like there is this energy about, I don't, it's like your heart has something that it loves and it wants to do to make it feel happy. But your mind is like, well, no, we need to do da 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 da. So I feel like your mind and your heart are battling, but if you'll step up with the Queen of Fire and really find out what is it that I want to do, then this allows you to step forward here and to ignite this. So I do feel here because you have the 4 of fire in your current job, and then you have the 5 of fire. There's this progression that's happening here with all this fire energy where I feel like you've been feeling okay and stable where you're at, but it almost becomes stagnant where your heart can't take it anymore. It's like, I've got to live instead of exist. And that's where I feel like you're going into this, part of your life where you can really understand what is it that I want. And if you're wanting to go back to school, I just feel like on the bottom of the deck you have the King of Air too, who is the master of the mind and higher education. So I do feel like it's very supported if you have a career and something that you're wanting to do and what you're wanting to head toward too. So, if your current job offers like education assistance of any kind, then that, if not, look at your next career or job could be something that offers those types of things that gives you the stepping stones to head off and get this higher education or additional training or certification, whatever you're trying to, whatever your heart decides is like, this is how I want to express my love to the world in this way. We can do it in any way, but it's your own unique, special way, right? And then lastly, you have the 8 of water, the 8 of cups, which is about leaping and leaving behind the emotions and relationships. And, that includes work that no longer serves you, your relationship with that company, and moving forward. So I do feel like you'll be moving, but I feel like the important thing is that you're not running from something, but you're moving to something. And in order to move to something, you got to understand what it is and where you want to head. And there's no right or wrong, you know. Spirit, they're all supportive of us. Like, how do you want to express it in this lifetime? How do you want to really let that love inside flow in your own unique, special way to the world? So, you can look into that if you're interested. There's this great book. Do I still have it over here? Maybe. I think it's on the bottom here. Yeah, it's on the very bottom. It's finding your dharma. Okay, now I have to find it because I can't remember the exact name. Yeah. Okay. Discover your dharma. All right, here we go. By Sahara Rose. She has a website, iamsahararose.com, and she's got some free quizzes on there, one under the purpose tab and one under the Ayurveda tab that helps you understand like how you want to express yourself to the world. And it talks about your dosha energy, your what kind of energy you have, and it just gives some good information and can help you kind of fine tune. And the book is amazing if you if it resonates with you after you look through the website. I'm not affiliated at all. I just think she's awesome, especially in this book. So yeah, definitely check that out if that resonates. All right. So that's what they have for you. Nelia, so many blessings to you. And then Nova, we are back to you here with your little either sleeping or meditating. I don't know what that is. I'm just going to take a sip here, though. Sorry. Just need to. There we go. All right. So, Nova, thank you for your additional donation. Appreciate that. And messages from Kurt. All right. Let's take a look here. Are we going to go any Oracle? Nope. They're like, all right, you've had enough Oracle. We're going into the tarot. So let's see here. What does Kurt want you to know right now? Okay. And then we'll go to Infinity and then back to Nova for your additional question there. All right. Curdy Boo Boo. What do you have for but all right. So you got 1221. Didn't you get a an angel number there um before 1221? I'm not sure. But that's what's coming in here. Oh, do we want to look at the bottom of the deck? Okay. Yeah, you got the 4 of Wands coming in here. So there is this joy, 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 joy. Of course, they're going to talk about that, right? Because it is all about joy and, focusing on joy, focus on the celebration in the moment, not waiting for the future to celebrate and have joy, right? So they're like, happiness is like, I'll be happy when, right? And we can choose to be happy for no reason at all, and then no one can take it away from us either. But joy is a different energy. It's in our essence. Our natural state is of joy and unconditional love and laughter and peace on the other side. So, joy is an expression of your higher self here, right? That's funny. Kurt dressed up as someone's grandma. That's funny. um, so we have here, he also has the King of Water, balancing of the head and the heart coming in here. And let me check this other one here. And you've got the Eight of Wands too, which is this energy of fast action coming in here. So the King of Water, the King of Cups, is about someone who's very compatible. And what I like about this is that they are telling you, when you start taking action with this Eight of Wands, where you're really getting out there, that they're really nudging you about getting out of the hermit and getting out because you keep getting this King of Cups. I feel like they keep coming up because we keep getting this compatibility. There's something you're very compatible with, someone that's, very much a nurturer and a guide for you, right? It's like a mentor. We talked about finding a mentor before, and I feel like you meet them when you're out there in expressing your energy out into the world. So it's a very important piece of that, and I know we've talked about that probably more towards in the beginning because they were like, yeah, there's going to be this mentor. Thank God it's not dating. Though you need to look at that fear, because you never know. But they start off being your mentor. And it's important for you, to feel that support through humans in your outside world too. Okay. So we'll look at these two first. And you have the life experience card, which is the tower card, and the strength card. And the tower card is whatever is removed from your life or comes into your life comes in for you. And the strength card is you connecting with your higher self. And you do have this, um it's just this inner strength, right? When we connect upward and we realize, yeah, whatever happens, I know it's for me. And even if I can't see it in the moment, you develop this trust of your higher self and spiritual posse, and of course, creator and the whole shebang of the other world, from whence we come, right? That, okay, everything happens on purpose for a purpose, even when I can't see it in the moment. And that's where that trust comes in here. And I do the reason I was cracking up is because, when you have the King of Water and then you get these 2, all this emotion, there is the Two of Cups. It's an important relationship. The Five of Water is transformation of emotion too. So, it is important because I feel like you do meet someone eventually, and that's why they're wanting you to get out here. Find this mentor, but with you being out there, eventually you do find someone who is, yeah, very grounded, the King of Earth, who, King of Pentacles, compassionate, accomplished, charismatic and grounded. And you're like, "Okay, okay, I'll do it." So, it just you do meet someone, and when it comes to dating, I don't think you're ever gonna date traditionally. I just feel like you when you meet this, your tribe, when you meet your community, in the music, realm, right? That there's this, bond you have with everyone, and it's different with each individual. Like one person's more of a mentor, and one person's like a sister, that you love, not hate. And not that you hate your sister, but there's this energy. And then there's this person that you just have this special bond with. You guys have had such a parallel life that you guys talk about stuff and you're like, shut up, me too. And then you're like, what about blah, blah, blah? And I went through blah, 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 blah. And they're like, me too. And they're just like, you just really get each other, right? And yeah, right. And so that's what, ends up where, you develop this fine, it's like this little the family you choose. But one of them ends up being, you know, so connected that you guys just it just evolves into naturally. You don't even it's like you hang out playing music, you go check out things together, blah, blah, blah. You just start becoming buddies. And that's such the thing. It's like best friends and eventually like best friends sleeping over. And it just evolves into that. So you don't have to worry about it, right? Yeah. Well, now, the more that you like again with that glowing card, the more that you glow, the more, you have it. And you had so many emotions that were pushing people away, right? Your energy was, I want to be alone. Even though it's like you wanted to be, you didn't your energy wasn't saying the same thing. Even though your mind was like, I want friends, your energy is like, get away from me. And that's changed. And so that's why that will change for you. All right. So that's what they have for you for that one. So thank you so much for your donation there. And then this is where we do the Wimbledon. We're going to jump to infinity is one, and then we'll jump back to your question 5 here, the emoticon. All right. So infinity is one. Thank you for your sticker, your giant heart there. And so we'll do that. And you want to know, did your advice about regulation cause harm to L? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see. Did they choose to be harmed by your advice about regulation? Because we can't harm others. People can just choose to be harmed, right? Unless it's physical harm. But harm in our life, right? We choose the story. Let's take a look here and see what they chose here with that situation there. All right. With the 9 of Pentacles on the bottom here, this is a solid foundation in the outside world. Even though they're kind of by themselves, they're independent, and I don't feel like it impacted them here. They even got the King of Earth on the bottom. Um, not on the bottom. One of the cards that came out. And the 5 of Fire. So they did have a little bit of you know, um I think like a defensiveness at first, you know, but then with these two huge grounding cards and abundance cards, I feel like they stepped into their emperor energy, like the deer mouse, which is them choosing for themselves what something means and how it unfolds and all of that. So I don't feel like you caused them any harm. I just feel like there was some friction, initially, but then things calmed down and they looked at it um, as a good thing, you know. once they got alone, because that 9 of Pentacles is this energy of them stepping back and, calming down and being in their place, and they're like, "Okay, you know what? I can let this destroy me and, have resentments or whatever with whatever the results and stuff that it came from it." But they're like, "I'm gonna use this as a learning experience." And I feel like that's what they're choosing with this Emperor card, and with the King and 9 of Earth too. They're choosing to look at it as a beneficial thing rather than something that's destructive and, you know, um, in that way. So, but I feel like they are a bit of a fiery person. So at first there's this, "Grr," and then they're like, okay, let's look at it realistically now that I'm out of fear mode, right? So I like that. So that's what they have for that one, Infinity. So I like that. Right. And then we will jump down here to, let's see, where are we at here? There we go. So Supernova, that is your question 5, I believe. So thank you for your multiple donations. I really appreciate that. This is questions for Kurt's spirit about singing or whatever, just cuz. You're so funny. All right, so let's see. Music, singing, whatever. What do they want you to know? What do they want to share? All right. I actually want to give you one of these little self-care wisdom cards. And then a few tarot. So let's take a look here. These are small little self-care cards, self-care wisdom. So what did you want them to know, Kurt? Kurt. All right. All right. So we've got the self-worth and elevate. I love the thermometer of hearts. And on the back it says, you get what you believe you deserve. It's time to raise your standards. Powerful card. I like it. So they're like, you're the only one that holds you back from getting what you feel you deserve by this, whatever we have, the rate of exchange that we learned when we were younger. Like, how much do we have to give in order to receive? Is something that's down on the inside. We talk about that in my Take 10 with Zen, that episode 5 about the 6 of Pentacles, which is the balancing out of that. So I feel like they're saying that that's something to just to, look at and see, who was important in your younger life that you felt you had to give so much to in order to receive so little, right? Yeah. And you have the world card underneath as your main energy, which is the ending of old cycles, the beginning of new adventures, with the Shetland sheepdog. Yeah. Because you get the Empress. So, really stepping into your creativity and joy, this 2 threes coming in here. But this is this, you know, um, regarding singing and just things in general, it's a reminder, and especially 21 comes back to 3 too. So 3 is a very important number for you. But, it is connecting to spirit. They're the creative ones. They are one of the conduits of creativity into existence, as are we. Our higher self, connects to the creator in the higher realm. So the more you connect with yourself, with your creativity, as you nurture yourself, and again, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, coming in here as well, so coming back to the self-care, elevating your self-worth, focusing on your love and your how you feel about the worth about yourself is very important with these. And then what else do you have here? Yeah, you have the moon. Mother Luna, the hidden, the unknown, connecting, to the divine feminine energy within you. And, of course, your relationship with your parents are usually the usual suspects, right? When we're looking at who really threw us off our out of balance when we felt we had to give so much and receive so little that, I have to give 1,000 love coins to deserve one back, 1,000, success coins to feel, get any kind of abundance back, always feeling like I don't deserve things, right? That's the crux of a lot of this and raising that self-worth, right, with these. Because no matter what your oh my gosh. Okay. So, no matter what, we create and what we're wanting up here, if our inner child's going, "No, you don't deserve that yet. You have to wait until you've done all this," then things can't come to us. So that's really a big important piece. You know, when I talk about and let me just put it out there for everyone. So in case someone hasn't heard this yet, I talk about it a lot. So apologies for all of you, like, you guys, some of you can probably even you know, uh, imitate it or say it. But this is my take 10 was then episodes 4 and 5. Episodes 4 is about our energy because whatever we focus on with our energy is what we draw. So that's an important thing that we consciously do. And then subconsciously, we have episode 5, which is about, um, this, out of balance rate of love and exchange, which is the Six of Pentacles. We got the Six of Earth, the Six of Pentacles. So here it is. I love when they're very clear about it. So it is definitely looking into and understanding that, right? Yeah, but you're not as different as you think you are either. It's that's our human side wanting to be different, wanting to be unique. It allows us to reinforce that, that energy of I'm different from everyone else, no one can get me. And it's like, really every human is the same. We all are on the same journey. We all have a choice every moment of higher vibrational or lower vibrational. Everyone is on the same journey. We all have that. We just might express it differently. And we all do express it differently. When we look at everyone is a unique soup. When you look at astrology, you understand that no one is exactly the same because all the planets are ever changing, and especially in a you know couple centuries, because we take is it 20,000 years to make it all the way around in or not our universe, but our not our solar system. We're in our solar system. What's the big one where we're all our galaxy? There you go. To make it away, so we're never having the same people, because everyone's changing. Everyone's being born at different moments, different degrees, different planets at different places and different locations. We're unique like snowflakes. Um, so it's fun to know that we're all unique, but that you're not super different either. So um, just consider that too. All right. So that's what they have for you with that. So wow, I love their messages for you today. Just right between the eyes and very powerful. So I love that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Supernova. So many blessings to you. Right. And then we are back over here to infinity is one for your cool sticker. So thank you so much for your additional donation. Anyone know the current energy between you and Ranger Danger? Let's see, did he purposely avoid you today? All right, let's take a look here. I don't know. Your guides are funny. I'm like, does he do anything purposely? I'm like, oh, how rude. But they're just, being sassy. But they're just like, well, but seriously, do they do anything purposely? They feel like a drifter. I don't know what that means. They just kind of aimless. But we'll still take a look here and see what they say here. All right. So the current energy between you and them. All right. So at the bottom of the deck we have the world card here, which is a victory card. It's an ending of an old cycle, a beginning of a new one. And so I kind of feel like this energy that's going on with them, they feel like, you know, this is the last card in the major arcana, and then it goes into the full card, which is the, zero. And it's like this adventure, this journey without any restrictions, without any, guardrails. That's interesting. Any guardrails that's keeping it, and that's this aimlessness. This is that energy of that they kind of just go about and they just kind of drift about. And we've got the five of fire. These are the cards that came up. We got the five of fire. So there is this transformation of energy that I just feel like it. There's times where you know that's why I feel like there's this aimlessness that they don't have like this really strong direction, but they kind of go off of their reaction. This is how they are very reactive. Um, in general, I don't feel like has to do with specifically with you, but it includes you because this is their character, right? I feel like they don't plan so much as react to things instead of um, going, "Oh, if I do this, then I avoid these things." They're just kind of like fly by the seat of their pants kind of energy. Got the 4 of water, the 4 of cups, so there is emotional stability that comes in here. So I feel like they're fine with you here. They've got this tower card going on. So I feel like this is like their life, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. They do a It's like they just keep going until a lightning bolt strikes within them and sends them in a different direction, and then that it's again, this reactive energy that comes in. I don't feel though that there's this towards you, I don't feel like they did that on purpose. I don't feel like they avoided you on purpose. I just feel like lightning struck somewhere and it took them in a different direction. It's really what I feel like. They're just like, "Oh, boosh, I gotta go this way." And it's not you. It was like something else happened that took them and they're going this direction. Because I feel like, with the energy they have here for you, we also have the Ace of Fire. So there is, this attraction that's here that exists between the two of you. Passion, it's energetic and physical attraction, but it goes deeper than that too with this energy because you got the 6 of water, the 6 of cups, which for me is one of the cards of past life connections. And so you probably do have you definitely with that card coming up, you've had past lives together, but you're feeling those emotions that are bubbling below the surface, and it's um I want to say interfering. That's not the best word, but it's like it's interfering with your understanding what kind of is going on in this realm because you are feeling all of this other past life emotion that just you feel things that like shouldn't be there based upon your interactions here in this lifetime, but you've got all these other lifetimes that are influencing you, and that's there. And they feel that too. They have this attraction, energetic attraction towards you. And kind of feel like both of you might be feeling like, I don't know why that's here, but it's there. And you recognize there's something deeper than this, lifetime that's happening here. So that's what I feel is coming in there for you, Infinity. Hopefully that makes sense. And thank you again for your donation. I really appreciate that. All right. So we've got here, I got one from Love1234, their additional one, and then, okay, that's your question there. I see it. And then Supernova, and then Patty. And then I might be to the end of this session. For all your free readings, um, I leave here about 12:55, which is about 14 more minutes or so, and I go join my Praying Mantis members, and then I go eat, and then I come back on and finish out all the free readings, and then I will be back tonight too at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time too. So just to give you a heads up on where we're at here. All right. So, love 1234. You want to ask if the marketing job, ask, is it the marketing job you emailed about yesterday? Also, the one that you're getting in May. All right, I get it. Catching up. I'm catching up. All right. So, is this one in May that you're getting? Is it the marketing job you emailed about yesterday? All right. You know, with you got the Hermit card coming in here with the Firefly, and you also got the World card and the Five of Water. You know, the energy of all these is that no, it's not that one, because there's this the Five of Water is a change of emotion, and the World card is an ending of an old cycle, beginning of new adventure. I feel like it's something new with the combination of the Hermit card, and these coming together. So I don't feel like it's that particular job there. Um, the bottom of the deck does show the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind and mental stability, and the Ace of Cups, which is, again, this dream come true job. Not dream come true, but something that helps you towards your dream is what I meant to say. So I just feel like there's the job that you get is something that in some way somehow does help you, not just financially, but connections, or it's related to law or law school. But I just feel like there's something that that's somehow related to that, somehow helps you with that. But I don't feel like it's that marketing job that you applied for. Right. So that's what they have for you. And let me see here. What time is it? 1:48:31. Let me try to remember to include that in the timestamp. 1:48:31. All right. So thank you again, Love1234. Hope you're enjoying your event. All right. So Supernova. Let's see. This was number. So we did 5. And oh, we are down here. Lost my place. Sorry. Oh, wow. You came right on the perfect timing. Yes, that is yours. All right. So Supernova, thank you for your additional donation. You're so sweet. And I think I had number 7 down here, right? This is the one. How will I progress and move forward, especially with performing at Boz? Let's take a look here. And then Patty. Shout out to one of my Zen Cricket members, Patty. Good to see you. You'll be up next here. All right. So, Nova. How will you progress and move forward, especially with performing in bars? All right. very carefully. That's funny. You do have the Queen of Fire. So, you know, it's about, you will whatever you focus your energy on. And of course, she also has a strong connection with spirit. So just, try not to focus so much on the future, the forwardness. They're like, just be in the moment, and it'll grow moment by moment. And that you don't have to plan all this stuff. You can just, you know, think about first, okay, when I go to perform, it's not going to be a matter of where. It's like, what do I want to share? Which songs am I going to play? How long do I want my set to be? Just figure out some of these little details, as if because you're gonna, imagine that you're gonna go talk to a bar owner and say, "Hey, could I play blah 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 blah?" And or they might even already have an organized music night or something, and they might want a playlist. They might want to know how long, what kind of setup, and microphones, and do you provide the microphones? You're just gonna get the details down and prepare that, and then you go into the next step, and then you go into the next step. And I feel like they're saying here with the Queen of Wands, it's like when you don't know what to do next, you just ask spirit. They will guide you, and you'll just follow it, and it will all unfold. It won't be perfect in the beginning, but it's going to be perfect for you in the moment. It's going to be perfect for where you're at. It's not going to be like Taylor Swift, in a private concert in a bar perfect, because there's a lot of time that she's put in, right? It's it's going to be raw in the beginning, and you'd be okay with that, right? So I like that. And then let's take a look here and see what we have. Yeah, so that's what they're saying here. It's transformational, with the awakening and it's the caterpillar going to the cocoon to become the butterfly. So there is this, energy that comes in, through that you get to go with it and evolve with it. And, it's like me with doing videos. The first video I put out probably was like choppy, right? And the first lives I did were, again, choppy and stumbling over things. But the more you do something, the better you get at it, and the more comfortable you get with it, and then the real you comes out. And I like that for you, right? You have the Six of Water coming in too, which is this movement of emotion. And it comes back to it. It's like, allow the be in the moment, flow in the emotion, allow yourself to experience, and don't be in a rush to get to something, right? Just enjoy the process as it goes, because we'll get so caught up in trying to get to a outcome that it blows up things, right? We get so stressed over it. Yeah, and you have the 5 of air, the 5 of swords, which is the internal battle between head and heart. And just let the heart win. Just go with your heart, enjoy it. Don't feel like you have to have everything figured out, just be an artist, They expect that of artists, They don't have everything all together, and they do, have this, you know, flow, just go with the flow of all that, right? So that's what's coming in for that one. And I may not get to your next one here that you just popped in here, because I've only got 5 minutes left and I got one more person. So um, I might have to. You'll be up first when I come back here. So thank you for all your donations. Yeah, just ask it and put it down there, and then I will definitely come back. All right. And then Patty, thank you for your donation. Let's give that some love and a like, since it lets me do that on those types of donations. And good to see you. And you want to know, is money coming your way soon? All right. Let's take a look here. All right. So is money coming your way soon? Let's take a look here. All right. Got that one, and that one. All right. Well, I like this. Oh, wow. Boom, boom. Energy, energy. Yeah, I do feel like you will here. I mean, you've got some great possibilities coming in. Um, because you've got the 2 of water and the 10 of earth. 10 of pentacles is like, abundance coming in here, and a full outside world, and I like that. The 2 of water, the lovebirds, it's interesting here, and it has to do with your emotional energy choices. And you have literally the cards that came out. You have the Chariot card, which is this, the, um power of choice, right? There is victory, there is movement. That's why I feel like you do have it as well. But it's about what I focus on with my mind, what I focus on with my emotions, that's here. What I focus on with my energy and my physical actions, it's what I draw to me, right? And so if I focus in on my lower vibrational things, I draw in lower vibrational. But if I focus on gratitude, that's what draws more things in, right? So if I focus in on wanting and that I'm missing money and abundance and, you know, things I hate, things I fear, I extend that. I draw that in, right? Where, if feel like I don't have enough, then I'm telling the universe, I really enjoy feeling like I don't have enough. And like, all right, we'll keep that going. Right? Like, no. But if I focus on gratitude for what I do have, focus on joy, laughter, celebration, and that energy, this emotional, all these choices is what draws things in. And you have the Page of Fire, which does talk about, new energy, where you focus in your energy, and focusing it differently. And you have the Knight of Air, which is a movement of thought and belief and mindset, the way we look at things, seeing things from a different perspective. But I just feel like all of this, there's such possibilities of great abundance coming in, but it's all about the choice. It's all about I'm choosing what comes in. What I focus on, I draw to me. Like attracts like, right? And then you also have the Nine of Water, the Nine of Cups, which is like one of the dreams come true kind of cards that comes in here. So you do have these possibilities, but it's about changing of that energy. It's about changing the focus and, how that comes in. So I I like it for you. It's all in your hands though, which is where we want it. We don't want it in someone else's hands, but it's like I'm the one that will draw in abundance, or I'm the one that will keep abundance away from myself as well. And that's for all of us, every moment we have a story, we have, emotion, we have energy we're putting out and drawing to us, and we have our physical actions, all within our power of choice, all within us. So I like it for you, but definitely it does. It's very affirmative with all of that, affirmative of possibilities. But it's you taking those actions. Something I do whenever I want to learn a new habit is I use my phone and I put like a silent vibrating alarm on it for every waking hour or half hour if I want to really learn something fast, because we get drawn into our old habit, which we're taught focus on what we're missing in our life, right? What I'm wanting that I don't have yet. But all that pushes the stuff away. And then when I have an alarm to come back to gratitude, then, when I'm drawn here, I get drawn here when it goes off, and then I drift back. The alarm goes off, I jump up here and then drift back. And eventually I spend more time here before it doesn't drift back as fast as we're creating a new habit, right? So that comes in there. So that's what we have there. Actually, I'm leaving here in a couple seconds, Brenda. But if you want to have a free question, or if you want me to dive deeper into one when I come back, you can put that in there right now. I'm about to do my screen captures for everyone. And sorry, let me finish up with Patty. So, Patty, thank you for your donation. Hopefully that helps, and most appreciated. All right, so Nova, I will come back to yours. You'll be up first when I come back. So, whoops, thank you for your additional donation there. Those stickers crack me up. Let me just grab that. So we'll do, oops, let me try to do that. All right. And for all the other free readings, I am going to be headed out here, but I shall return, and I will complete all the free readings in addition to Supernova's donation. So I didn't get to any of the free readings in this session, which tends to happen in kind of the morning sessions, but it's how I earn my income. So I'm so grateful for it. It allows me to do all the free stuff that I am able to offer. But I am going to go head off here and spend some time with my praying mantis members, eat something, and then I'll be back. So it'll be probably about 2.5 hours, that I'll be back. Probably more like closer to 2 hours. And then I will complete everything, and I'll post a comment on the bottom of that. And this, I also come back and post on this one the link and the order in which the readings were completed, so you can find your reading more easily when I'm done with that session. And then I'll be back tonight too at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and then also tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time as well. So yeah, Princess, I will return though. All right, so let me grab the all right, so here is these. I'm just going to grab screenshots because that's how I will complete the readings in order as they were in the chat. But like I said, I'll also post the order that I complete the readings in there when I return. So I appreciate you guys, all of your patience, and thanks for all the thumbs up too. That's something that everyone can do for free. That does help me spread the Zen love. So you're part of the love tsunami. Greatly appreciate all of you that have done that. Sorry, I'm just focusing here. I don't want to make sure I don't miss anyone. All right. All right. So I think this is it here. We'll grab these. Boom. All right. So I got them all here. In the meantime, while you guys are waiting for me to return, there's a couple things that you can look at too. I just put out a Scorpio full moon pick a card. Talking here, and also talks about Mercury going direct. I have a free podcast about our journey from chaos to cozy in this life. We come from chaos. We come from cozy. We come down to chaos, and then we make our way back to cozy. So it talks about the journey there. If you want to know about some astrological Zenergy, here's a video about retrogrades and the Mercury retrograde that we're currently in, and the Saturn retrograde too, which is our what we're in the pre-shadow of. And then here's an eclipse alert, which talks about our eclipse energy. It's still going to impact us 4 to 6 weeks after the last eclipse. So we're going to be in it for about another month. But that has a pick a card, and it also tells you all about how to make the most of that energy. Also, I know I'm very busy. Taurus season. We put this out like a week ago, last Wednesday, I think. But happy Taurus season, everyone. Happy birthday to you, Taurus sun babies. There's a pick a card for everyone. Bonus birthday reading for all of those. And if you want to get a head start on May monthlies came out on Monday. Here's the playlist for that. And it's for each individual zodiac sign. So a lot of stuff, free content you can check out in the meantime. But until then, remember, every moment of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're in the world. We'll see you soon. Until then, much love to you. Hang in there, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon.